Ladies and gentlemen, picture this. You're cruising down the street in a car so small it makes a smart car look like a limousine. People stop and stare, not out of jealousy, but because they're genuinely curious about how you fit inside. Enter the Brütsch Zwerg Einsitzer, a tiny German engineering marvel from the 1950s that was part car, part motorcycle, and all personality. But before we dive into the Zwerg's quirky charm, let me remind you to hit that subscribe button for more bite-sized chunks of automotive history, humor, and all things cool. All right, let's roll. Carefully, because the Zwerg maxes out at 65 kilometers per hour, 40 miles per hour. Now, the Brütsch Zwerg wasn't just a car, it was an exercise in minimalism. Designed by Egon Brütsch, this three-wheeled single-seater gem came with a fiberglass body made of two shells. The lower shell was bolted to a box frame, and the upper shell, complete with a curved windshield, fit snugly on top. The seam where these two halves met was cleverly hidden by a decorative trim that doubled as a bumper. Though, let's be real, this was more for show than actual protection. The Zwerg's interior was as cozy as a glove box. The single seat was placed smack dab in the middle, flanked by storage compartments on either side. For entry and exit, you had to remove the steering wheel, a move that was either genius or maddening, depending on how much patience you had. Behind the seat, a tiny engine nestled in the rear was accessible from the outside. The Zwerg originally used motorcycle engines ranging from 75 to 125 centimeters, but the prototype featured a 3-horsepower DKW hobby engine with a centrifugal clutch and a continuously variable transmission. Let's talk performance. Or let's generously call it that. With a top speed of 65 kilometers per hour, 40 miles per hour, and a weight of just 98 kilograms, 216 pounds, the Zwerg wasn't exactly setting land speed records. It had a front solid axle with rubber suspension, a rack and pinion steering setup, and cable-operated drum brakes on the front wheels. The lone rear wheel was attached to a swing arm that doubled as a chain case. In terms of size, the Zwerg was a featherweight contender. It measured 2.2 meters, 7.2 feet in length, 1.1 meters, 3.6 feet in width, and could carry an additional 82 kilograms, 181 pounds of payload. That's barely enough for a couple of grocery bags in your Dignity. The Zwerg was envisioned in two styles, an open sport version and a coupe. And the price? Just $1,495 DM, roughly $4,200 in the 2025. Unfortunately, production didn't exactly take off. Only 4 Zwerg units were built between September 1955 and July 1956, making this microcar as rare as it was unique. Imagine driving this today, pulling up to the drive-thru, handing over your steering wheel just to grab your burger, and then carefully plotting your escape from SUVs that could swallow you whole. The Brütsch Zwerg wasn't just a vehicle, it was a statement, a tiny fiberglass statement.